Gonna be squishing some rosin today. I got 5 presses already loaded up in the bags. I got to get my parchment paper ready. So what I like to do is kind of measure out. I want it to be about as wide as my thing here. I'm always going to fold the edges in onto my pouches anyways, so it doesn't have to be exactly precise. I'm just trying, that's what I use to measure though. I pressed this, this is the fresh frozen from the outdoor. If you've been following along, and I pressed it last time at 202 degrees. It was a little runny and glassy, so I've lowered it down to 195. We're going to see if that helps at all. Alright, so here are my bags. I've already got them preloaded and I had them pre-pressed. Hope everybody's doing great today. What I can do is get a little catch piece, collection piece if you will. Okay. So essentially, well, a little something like that. All right. Weights are clean for the most part. There's a little bit of rosin. I'm not going to stress about it. And what I learned about, I don't get to press rosin every day. So last time I noticed my first 3 presses, I blew the bag out and I had to pull it and then rewrap it. Once I rewrapped it, it stuck really well. And I've been recently watching stuff about the vacuum seal tech, where you put all your bags into a vacuum seal and you seal it and it pre-greases your bags. I'll be trying that next time, so let's go. And I'm just trying to shoot it for folding it equally in half right here. I try to push this puck towards the back. Again, equally in half. And I make my fold. I try to make sure the paper's not kinked up. I want it to be folded evenly. Little did the Japanese know, by inventing origami, they were going to help out freaking hash pressers. Haha. Alright, so again, I'm making sure that puck is in the back of the bag there. And recently, let's see. I was trying to just be able to see it a little bit more. What you got to do is get all the way down to that bottom layer, and you can kind of cut out All right, so we got our trough. And we'll see. Now that you got these little pieces of paper, just gonna kind of clean that up. All right. So all those little jagged pieces will be places for rosin to get caught on, and you want to make sure it's flowing, right? So all right. So what I'm doing right here is I'm going to put it in there, and I'm going to get just enough pressure on it that the paper doesn't tug out. And it's just going to start melting those trichome heads. It's already been there for a couple seconds, so what I'm going to do, add just a little bit of pressure. And this is where I was talking about. I blew out my first 3 bags last time, so I want to try to prevent that. I don't want to re-wrap them. So let's see here. I need to get you guys a little bit lower to see through. There we go. And I'm just ever so lightly gonna apply this pressure. And I'm looking right up into that crack. And I'm watching, looking for a color change. Might be able to help us out here. Da-da-dun, da-da-dun. Da-da-dun, da-da-dun. Okay, what can I do here? Trying to work a fucking flex light right here, so I have a little bit more light if I can. Not gonna work right there. All right. And like I said, I want to take this extra slow right now because the first 3 in a row I did last time I blew them out. And I just want to ever so lightly increase this pressure until I see you'll actually see the rosin grease up the edge of the bag. You guys might not be able to see it until it starts coming out, but that's what I'm looking for. And I can just barely start seeing it grease up here. A little bit of pressure, and I'll see if I can't get you guys in closer. Yeah, you can just see that layer of color, reflectiveness. Haha, that bubble right there. Stay tuned. All right, we got hash coming down right here in this corner. Don't see a bag coming out yet. This is what we want. Yeah. not bad. Okay, and I made a mistake last time too. Fold my catch paper. That way it doesn't hit my freaking counter. Alright. I'm ever so cautiously applying pressure on this because I want to... The idea with this rosin is, guys, is you want to heat the bag up evenly. You want that rosin to actually turn into a liquid because we've taken the trichomes through the ice water bath and we've extracted them. We put them through the freeze dryer. That's taken away all of the moisture and it's taken it into like a dry, powdery trichome substance. So we put that into the Rosin Evolution 37 micron bags and we pre-press it just to get it kind of uniform, and we start applying the pressure. Now, once it starts to kind of liquefy, that's when we want to gradually increase the pressure, because that's what's going to help it flow out of the bag and onto the parchment. So what you want to try to do is minimize the amount of time it has contact with the plates, and that's because the plates are hot, and for every second that the plates heat up the rosin, you risk terpene degradation, right? So you want to try to get the rosin off of the plates as quickly as possible without having a bag blowout. Starting to add some... Then my first little bit of decent pressure here, so we're going to see if we can't get it to flow more. Just got a big bubble over here. Wasn't sure if you guys got that. Big bubble there. We're going to increase pressure. It's coming out. And I'm only running with a Nug Smasher OG. This Nug Smasher OG does not have a pressure gauge. So this is all off of just look and feel. I am also pressing this at a lower temperature than I was last time, so I can expect it to run a little bit less. And if I need to adjust my temperature, I can go increase it. So I just did a press. I'm almost at like a full pressure kind of scenario. I'm not quite there. So now that quite a bit of this rosin has actually come out of this bag, I'm slowly increasing the pressure. I'm going to start putting more pressure on this. Try to get the last bit of the rosin actually squeezed out of this bag. And what I'm really trying to do, y'all, is this right here. Is you want it to be window paned. You can still see there's lots of rosin caught in the corners of these bags, but in the middle you can kind of see through it. So you want to try to get it as much out with the flow as possible. All right, I'm bringing this baby up full pressure. And right now I'm just kind of looking at those bubbles. You can see if it's bubbling, it's pushing rosin out. We're also kind of coming up on that 5-minute mark. This is a little bit between like a hot press and a cold press. You can cold press between, 3 and 5 minutes. Hot pressing usually goes a little bit quicker, and I want to just make sure I have as much rosin extracted out of that bag as possible. But you also have to keep in mind, the longer it's on the plate, the darker the color it will produce, and the longer it is exposed to the air, the darker the color will be produced too. So we're almost done on this one. The bubbles have slowed down. Just to give you guys an understanding of what we're working with here, I'll show you this first collection. We'll do a collection right now. Watch it, Cord. All right, so I've got my clean jar. Oh my gosh. All right, so there's still hash in there, but it's really thin all the way across, which I like. I'm going to turn my temperature up just a little bit. I'm at 195 right now, so I'm actually going to turn it up to 199. We're going to go up just a little bit. All right. Let's get my tool. Show you. And you can see it's flexible, real flexible right now. If you guys are trying to collect rosin at home, my room's pretty cold right now. You can see I'm wearing a sweater. If it's not sticking to your tool, let it cool down a little bit. And on the other jar I did, my first jar, this is like all 45U. My first jar I did 73U and 90U together. My 120 just didn't turn out this wash. Must be small trichome head size. And I did not homogenize the sample on that first press. So I just took balls like this and put it into the jar, and then it all conglomerated. But what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to actually wrap it up like this. Right? And I'm going to keep adding to this ball. To preserve it, I'll throw it in the jar until my next press is ready. And that's going to keep it from oxidizing further, guys. All right, so then what I'll do at the end is I'll actually twist it all up into like a braid, and then that will homogenize all of the stuff. Out of content, Hugo, how are you, man? All right, so let's get the next press going. All right. So, made my diaper. I'm going to come down all the way to that. Make sure you guys can see it. This is my bottom paper. I got to keep that. So I'm going to keep everything on top. Slice it up. And then I'm going to take this. And cut that open so I have my little pour trough. Once your pour trough is made, get back in here and clean up these paper bits. You don't need them. Alright, make sure your rosin bag's at the back. We're ready. Okay. Alright, so we've turned up, what was it, 4 degrees? You're going to see how it reacts. So again, guys, I did great on that first one. I didn't blow it out. Bring it back up. You can do it, Rich Unicorn. Amy Lee Smith, bruh, what's happening? Like I said, on that first press I did with this variety, I blew the 3 bags out, the first 3 bags out. So I really just want to take my time warming this rosin up and getting it into a flow state. See if I can't bend this up a little bit for you guys. And I'm very, very gradually applying pressure. So you can see that white edge of that bag right there. I'm gonna very, very... We are making hash rosin, Leah Salad Fingers. I'm gonna apply just a little bit more pressure here onto this bag. I'm gonna do this gradually, very gradually, slowly, until I see that white edge of that bag grease up. Once I see the grease, I'm gonna start continually to very slowly apply pressure. Okay, I can see the grease just a little bit here. Let's see if I can get, oh yeah, you can see it just coming. So she's just greasing up there. And I'm gonna be patient, because I don't want to blow it out. Oh yeah, you guys can see it coming. It's looking beautiful. What's up, Gary? How are you, dude? We're out here squishing hash rosin on the beautiful Saturday morning. This is bag 2 of 5. Oh yeah, here, let me get you guys a close-up real quick. Yeah. I got a secret code now. It said, say Banana Rama if I want a muffin. Of course I want a muffin. Banana Rama. What does he say on freaking Half-Baked? Out. God dang it, it's some magician phrase. I can't think of it. Abracadabra. What up, Raina? How's everybody doing today? Sarge S, man, I'm at right now 199. My first temp press was at 195, and it was it did okay. I wanted it to run a little bit more. Thank you, good sir. Appreciate it. Look at this. Look at this. I got the best family, man. Best family. I'm going to start applying just a little bit more pressure. What's interesting is you can see the hash has come up over that one fold, and it's now boom. If you guys aren't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. If you guys don't mind, hit that like button. Try to share Charlie MC with the world a little bit. I have a 37 micron bag. I haven't been weighing my ins and outs just because it's all for me. It's all personal. I don't really care how much it is. I'm just going to smoke it all anyways. I probably should be a little bit more scientific, but yeah, it'd be pretty cold to be pressing at 168. I mean, imagine it. From what I've read, from what I understand, you get less returns at the lower temperatures, but higher terpene quality, and the reverse is true for hot pressing. You get more return and less terpene quality. So this looks like it's about done. Anyways, let's see what's happening here. So this is still just a little buttery compared to my last time pressing it. Still got the bags really thin, so I'm doing a better job at pressing it, not having the blowouts. I'm going to keep it there, though, because it smells hella good. Whew. You see how I just kind of tested it, and it stuck to my tool? Just give it a couple seconds. still just a little warm. The benefit to getting it real warm like this though is then when I go to add it to that next hash ball will be a little bit more pliable. And Sarge, if you know more than me, man, I don't do this all the time. I've just been trying to learn. Man, this is my going on 4th year now making hash rosin. I started in 2020. So I wanted something to do through the whole pandemic deal, and been doing it since. And since then I've got the freeze dryer, and I feel like I've gotten better at the craft, but by no means do I think I'm perfect at it. I don't think I'm the best by any means. I have a lot to learn at all times about everything. So let me know, man, what you think. If you have any tips or tricks. So here's that other ball. Just gonna smash them right together. My hands are hot. Get it off quickly. See, it started sticking to my glove. And I gotta get the room colder before I fuck with that. I'm gonna get this dab off my glove. Hell yeah. So that's what I'm talking about, baby. So we're 2 presses in. Got ourselves a little ball going. And now we have a morning dab. So what's up? I'm going to stop this here just because we're getting kind of long on it. But I'll probably bring you guys back a little later when I twist this ball up after I collect all of them. So, alright guys. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later.